The Electro Boots might single-handedly be the best equipment in all of Clash of Clans right now. And since we got this near perfect ward locked down here towards the end, I figured it was a good chance to experiment with some Electro Boot attacks at Town Hall 13 and up. With Town Hall 13 being the lowest Town Hall that we can actually use the Royal Champion, I figured this would be a good place to start. Also, it's part of our 4-in-1 Let's Play. So let's hop in here, guys. If you've been a fan of the channel for any length of time, you know that I love the Yeti Super Wiz bats. But what if we took out the bats and replaced it with the Royal Champion charge? That's what we're going to do here on this first Town Hall 13 base that is not 3-starred. We're going to try a Royal Champion charge into Yeti Super Wiz. I almost said bats, but no, just Yeti Super Wiz. So my thought process here is if we can create some funneling, that'll be really good. I almost kind of want to work down here, get an external scatter shot. Maybe not the most OP base, but I think like if we can go in and like kind of work our Royal Champion in through here, it'll be good. We also do have a revive spell in here. Here's the rest of my hero equipment, just in case you guys are wondering. Most of it is maxed except for the action figure puppet, but most of it besides that is maxed for my Town Hall level. Now, we do have to keep her invisible. She can take a little bit of damage because there is a passive self-healing on there. So we don't have to necessarily stay right on top of it, but you don't want her taking too much damage because obviously then she'll get taken out. All right, so let's just keep her going invisible, working through here. Nice, perfect. We should probably quit yapping and start focusing on this Royal Champion charge. I kind of want to get to this X-Bow and Archer Tower, and then we can kind of just let her get taken out there. Yeah, I'm actually kind of fine with that right there. All right, perfect. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set this up like we would the Yeti Super Wiz bats. So 2 Yetis, 2 Super Wizards in either corner here just to create some funneling, some pathing, get that all kind of just set right there. Then we're going to go right up the middle. Let's go ahead and go with our first wall breaker here. Let's go with the rest of our Yetis, and then everything else all in up the middle. We have a pretty good funnel established. We shouldn't have to worry about that. We just need everything else working up the middle. Now we do have that revive, and I'm going to bring the Royal Champion back kind of when we get a little bit further into the base and take a little bit of that pressure off her. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to send in this Headhunter because I'm going to be pressing my Warden ability really soon. So the Headhunter can kind of go in there and assist. We do have Earthquake Boots, Spiky Ball on the King, so that should help open things up a little bit. All right, nice. Headhunter did some crazy good work in there. All right, let's go ahead and let's rage in here. Let's hit the King's ability. All right, looks like a lot of that pressure is off the Royal Champion, so I'm going to go ahead and bring her back. Nice. Now she's got those rocket spears. We can use that freeze. Perfect, guys. Look at this. We're cooking. We can go ahead and we can get some tanking for the Queen by popping her ability, and that works out really, really nicely. Nice, guys. All right, so we got this one down. That's pretty good. We got another Town Hall 13. Actually, we got 2 more Town Hall 13s. And then with the 14, all the 14s are 3-starred, but we'll just pick on one of the 14s that are already 3-starred. That actually worked out pretty well. I think we're going to try that again here at Town Hall 13. That worked pretty decently. Maybe not the most OP base, but the Royal Champion charge did exactly what I was hoping for, and that's all you could ask for. All right, our next Town Hall 13, I almost said 14, looks just like this. Now we can take a couple of lines of approach on this one. We probably want to like just create a little bit of pathing here. I think if we can get the Royal Champion to charge in and take out this whole compartment, that would be fantastic. So that's going to be my goal with this charge, is to send her in here and allow her just to take out this whole compartment. All right, so we're just going to go ahead, make her invisible. We're just going to keep pushing her through, and we should be able to get some crazy good value. I went with a lot of invises on purpose. That way we could just eat up as much of the base as possible with that Royal Champion. But also, when we bring her back after we revive, we want her to be able to have some support if she needs it. So I want this whole compartment taken out here. That Yeti right there, not a big deal. Are we gonna let's go one more invis here. Let's go one more invis, see if we can get this X-Bow out. Perfect, nice. And then let's go ahead and start off same way. All right, nice. Oops, I did not mean to put 3 Yetis. So far it's so good though. Well, a little bit quick there on that, but that's okay. Let's just go ahead and start working there. Let's hit all this stuff in. All right, great. Oops, let's put all those. Let's hit this Headhunter right into that Minion Prince right up top there. Okay, nice. We do have, oh, that's a Super Yeti. I thought that was a Yeti. That's a Super Yeti out of the Clan Castle. All right, everything's looking good. I'm gonna go ahead and pop Warden ability since the King, oh wait, no, the King did get out of range. I was gonna say since the King is surging forward, but he kind of got out of range of us. He kind of got ahead a little bit. That's okay. All right, nice, working through. We need everything to kind of cut back towards the middle here. All right, maybe King will get where we need him. All right, and just being patient here. I think I'm gonna go ahead and with that last log, we'll go ahead and we'll rage right onto the Town Hall.
Where is our royal champion? Okay, she's taken out right there. I'm gonna poison this king since we didn't really use anything with that. We'll bring the royal champion back, and this one should be pretty good because we have those rocket spears still to be thrown. Yeah, that's good, guys. That's solid. Nice, easy attack there. We don't even need the queen ability. We don't even really need that invis. I'll save it here. No, we got rocket spears. We don't even need it. And not the most strong Town Hall 13s, but that was pretty cool. Now let's get into like, well, I guess at 14 we don't have the fox, do we? I guess we can kind of mess around a little bit. I was gonna say let's get into more traditional attacks with this, but we still don't have Spirit Fox, so we can still kind of play around a little bit. All right, I kind of like that approach, and since at Town Hall 14 we're limited on our pets, we have Lassie. I think we're gonna use that same thing here. I have an idea for another attack, but we're gonna go against number 26, which is their top Town Hall 14. If we take a look here, number 25 is their lowest 15, and then this is their highest Town Hall 14. So with our 14, we're gonna go in with that same style attack. Can Electro Boots just make anything good? Is that what we're going with? Let's see here. All right, so I think like ideally we probably just go right up the middle with everything, but if we can get like one of these flank scatter shots out, I think that would be fantastic. I think that's going to be our goal, is to get one of the flank scatter shots out, and I think going into this queen side will probably be most optimal. So let's go ahead and let's just work right in here. Remember, we don't have Spirit Fox, so we don't have an invis, but we do have the Lassie, and I kind of want that queen to target us so it kind of pulls us over. Okay, nice. That's what I was hoping for, so that queen will just kind of draw her in just a little bit further here. And nice, now we can get the scatter shot all under control, and maybe even get this single under control as well. Nice. Then she can kind of just work up here and just work through, and we don't even have to go too crazy on things, but we can use as many invises as we want. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get this or the single rather, excuse me, out, and also pull those clan castle troops out, and then we'll just let her get taken out there. Perfect, great. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this up here, but I'm gonna go ahead and go like this, and then we'll go like this with our normal approach here, just creating that funnel on either side. I think we're gonna kind of favor one side or the other here. Oh, we kind of missed there on those guys. Actually, let's just bring in the baby drag there. Let's just bring in that baby drag. Let's go ahead and go right up the middle here. We're gonna favor this left side because that's where that other scatter shot is. So I think if we're able to favor and get towards that, that'll be good. Might help if we bring in the rest of our troops, huh? Bring in those super wizards, might help out just a little bit. All right, nice. Everything's working up the middle, looking good. We got king working in there. We do have things. I meant to throw in the skeleton spell. I brought it for this exact occasion. Just kind of forgot to use it. I'm gonna go ahead and pop king ability so we can get access to that scatter shot that we were talking about there. All right, nice. Looking really, really good. Let's go ahead and let's rage through this town hall. I'm actually going to go ahead and throw a freeze in the town hall. I'm also going to bring the real champion back now. And then we also have the action figure on the queen. Same equipment setup here, by the way. Pretty much same full army here on this one. Just wanted to try it at Town Hall 14. But I have an idea. Obviously, it seems like this is going to work for us, right? I kind of want to try like RC charge into super witches. I almost feel like, because with super witches, a lot of times you're going to use like a fireball. I almost feel like with we could just use the RC charge instead of the fireball. Also, we forgot to put a super wizard in. I thought we put all those guys in. Apparently not. All right, there we go. Nice, looking good. All we gotta do is just clean up the rest, which we have plenty for, so we'll get through there. Not bad. That was against their top 14. Just kind of showing it off. It was already 3-starred, but I mean, we would just loot in this war anyways. Someone will hit that other 13, or I'll hit it with my other 15 account. It'll get cleaned up, but I just wanted to kind of show off this army. Now let's try off super witches. All right, so we hit 26. Let's go ahead and let's hit 27. Yeah, I know we should have hit this earlier in war. Here's all the equipment and everything. With the super witches, they like to get stuck in walls, so I'm thinking the troop launcher could be really, really nice to kind of work through there. We can only get a level 2 troop launcher, but it is going to have those wall breakers in there, which I think could help out in the middle of the base. All right, so with the royal champion charge, I think either side doesn't matter too much. We're just gonna go to actually, yeah, I think going to get out one of the scatter shots is probably gonna be our best maneuver here. Let's go ahead and switch to that troop launcher there, and then let's go ahead and let's start this royal champion charge. Again, we can wait a split second here. We don't need to go invis right away. I kind of want to just see which way she's gonna go anyways, and kind of just direct the invises off of that. Okay, nice. Looks like she's gonna just kind of work through this section. Man, if we could actually get a really nice charge here, we might actually even be able to get her over to this eagle. Excuse me. Which that could be really nice. All right. Or maybe even to the single's fine. Let's go for the single. I guess that's fine. I mean, either way, as long as we're getting some extra value there, because we could just start the attack right into the eagle there. Okay, she's gonna go to ability, so we're gonna lose a couple of those rocket spears, and then we'll just let her get taken out there. I think what we'll do is we'll go with the baby drag here. Let's go ahead and send in that wall breaker there, and then let's go ahead and let's full send right up the middle here with all of this. Okay, great, fantastic. Go ahead and put this troop launcher. I'm actually gonna go ahead and put the queen on the outside here so she can start working through there. Let's go ahead and let's poison those guys. That was my bad. Did we miss the wall break? Dang, we missed the wall break. All right, that's okay. Someone will get up in there. Okay, that's fine. We should have those wall breakers coming out of the clan castle. Okay, nice, perfect. Yeah, they opened that up. That's exactly what we were hoping for. I didn't even bring any jumps because I was hoping that would work out for us, and luckily it did. All right, so let's go ahead and let's go like that. Nice. All right, let's go with the king ability right here in the middle to open everything up. Perfect, great. And I'm gonna go ahead and go with warden ability through here. I'm gonna go and bring her back now. We did lose a couple of those rocket spears, but she should be in a really nice position to kind of help everything out here. The archer tower is just in like the most ridiculous, awful position for us. But look at all these heroes stacked up here. We should be able to get through there, get them all taken out. Nice, yeah, perfect, perfect. Yeah, man. So instead of the fireball, we just go with the RC charge. Probably a little bit more spell intensive, obviously, but having that royal champion coming back is actually really nice as well. Let's see if our queen can stay up here. She's working. We're gonna have to go all the way through that top side. So let's go ahead and let's put these guys. Oh my goodness, I can't click. Let's get those guys working through there. Royal champion should be able to work all the way back to the other side. And we're good, guys. So just a couple example armies here that we can use with this royal champion charge at these lower town halls. Now in town hall 15, we get Spirit Fox, right? We get Spirit Fox, so things should be able to be pretty fun. And that's where we're gonna start using, or is it town hall 16 we get Spirit Fox? I guess we'll find out in just a second. But we should be able to start using some of those more meta attacks that we're starting to see, or not starting to see, that we've seen being used for months now with the Royal Champion charge just being so prevalent. But again, another example there. All right, so this is their top 15, and yeah, we do not have the Spirit Fox. We have Diggy. That'll work out, but Spirit Fox is at Town Hall 16. I got mixed up there. That happens. But I want to take to the skies. I want to try some dragons here, and I think we can have a really fun run at this one. Now, we don't have a full clan castle here. I'm going to try Yeti Bomb. This could fail miserably, especially with that invis on the town hall. But let's just see what happens here, okay? Let's just see what happens here. So we're going to start in. We're going to try to charge her into this eagle. I'm going to let her just work for a quick second. We'll go right on past that. Okay, nice, fantastic. And that passive damage should just allow her to just kind of eat these things up. Yeah, great, fantastic. We're working. Okay. Yeah, this is what we're looking for here. All right, so we're just going to kind of go past that eagle just so we can get the passive damage on the eagle and get it taken out while we're taking out all of those surrounding buildings. Yeah, this is working just how I intended. Now let's go ahead and let's get out this X-bow right here. And then honestly, I think right there, we should be able to let her just get taken out and we'll be good. Fantastic. Perfect. All right. So now I want to shoot the queen's giant arrow. Hopefully I line this up right. Yeah, we hit both of those. Perfect. Nice. And then we're going to full send right on through here. Now we do not have support for the queen there. That's okay. Or like a poison spell for the queen, I should say. So the queen might actually get taken out. That was a little bit of an oversight on my part. Oh yeah, that was my bad. That was my bad, queen. Let's go ahead and let's send this battle blip all the way through here. I should have probably started the dragons and then sent the queen maybe. All right, perfect. We'll work on through there. We do have the revive, and we're just gonna rage and just take this all out here. Okay, let's go there. Oh my goodness, we caught a tornado. That's okay though. Things are fine. We're getting the clone in. We're working through here. We should be able to still get town hall down. The tornado actually probably helps our cause out a little bit there. Get the monolith down. All right, great. Where is our... Okay, our minion prince is over there on the right. Can I get a split on the drags here? I think we're gonna go ahead and bring her back now. Okay, maybe we can get these those healers out of the way of damage, that is. All right, looking okay. It's a little bit dicey. But I think we're still fine here. Okay, let's just let the minion prince. Yeah, I think this is gonna work out fine for us, guys. This is an army I love using at Town Hall 17, just like this. But obviously we get a little bit more out of our spirit charge having the Spirit Fox. Well, I guess this isn't really even a spirit charge. This is more of an RC charge, but you can see works on through there. We swag out pretty much the minion prince ability. Still have Royal Champion up there after the revive. So
just that kind of thing there working through. We can also like try playing with other ground armies and stuff, but let's go up to Town Hall 16 because we do have a base. We might be able to hit the 16. But I wanted to show that one off, but also at 16, we get the Spirit Fox, which makes things a lot different. Also, I needed to clean up that bottom base and make sure it got cleaned up. So that was the other attack. So the only base remaining in war is actually a Town Hall 17. But we're going to try to hit it on my Town Hall 16 here. I'm going to use the Root Rider Spirit Charge here, since we do have our Spirit Fox. This is an army I love using, but the hit up, it's a little bit dicey, not going to lie. But I think it should work out decently. I've actually even seen a lot of variations where people are using minion prints with this. I personally love the Barbarian King, just kind of how I like running it. But my thought process here is we'll Spirit Charge over here. We'll get as much of this out as possible. And then we'll shoot the Queen's Giant Arrow right from this side, setting off both of those invises. We don't have to worry about the sweepers, but we want to set off both those invises. And then we'll full send right up the middle into the Town Hall. And this is kind of, it's not the best war base, but there's still a lot of firepower on the base. So let's see if we can get through here. All right, so let's start off now with the Spirit Charge. When you actually have your Spirit Fox, you want to drop those when any 7 is about to tick over is when you're trying to drop those in. And then at the 1, you'll get a split second where you're going to take damage. But then again, right about when that 7's about to tick, we're going to go ahead and drop in our next invis here. Okay, so I'm going to actually push her this way. Actually, that might have been bad. That might have been real bad there. We might have to burn another invis. We do. Okay, so I want to push her up this way. All right, Spirit Fox is working there. Okay, things are going decent here. Things are going decent. I'm actually going to let her get taken out there because we get the full Clan Castle pool also. And we do have the poison this time for the Queen to support her. All right, nice. My spells are all jacked up on this. I keep forgetting to fix the spells. I keep forgetting all about that. Let's go with this, the troop launcher there. Let's go and go with the king there. And then let's full send right up the middle here. Actually, I guess we didn't put king in, but let's go ahead and let's get all of our Valkyries in, get this in. We're going to go right up the middle of this base right here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to freeze this ricochet cannon as we're working in here. Nice. Everything's going in perfect. Let's go ahead and get through there. And then we get the revive for the Royal Champion in just a little bit. Oh, did we miss that one invis? I think we missed that one invis, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and we'll set that off, set off the Warden ability, that is, and we should still be fine through here. Okay, nice. I'm gonna go ahead and freeze there, and then we can still bring our Royal Champion back when appropriate, like pretty much as everything's going right past here. Where's our king at? Our king in the middle of all this, or did he walk on us? Yeah, he walked. Of course he walked. Dang it, king! All right, king popping to the outside, not ideal. Let's bring Royal Champion back. All right, we're going. We're cooking still. I should have used those headhunters to support the king. We'll use the headhunters there on that warden in the middle, hopefully. But there's a lot of damage in the middle of this base right now that we got to get through. All right, clean up over there on the top left. Nice, Royal Champion's working. All right, let's see if we can keep her alive here. Good. King's tanking just a little bit. We got one root left. We're going, guys. We're trying. We're trying. It's close. All right, nice. Eating up those skeletons. Still got queen up top. Perfect. Looking decent. We got a shot at it. We got a shot at the hit up here. Yeah, this is going to work out. I wish I could hit this base again because I kind of wanted to try this base with dragons, but I was like, we just did dragons, but we're going to have enough to just get through that one. It's a little bit of a closer one. Definitely a little bit of a closer one, but we get the 3-star on a 16v17. We'll take that all day, guys. But let's try the dragons here at Town Hall 16. So ideally with dragons, we'd have the minion prince, but he is upgrading. So we'll just use the barbarian king in here. We're definitely going to put Phoenix on him. One thing you might notice is using the Frosty with the queen. Since we have healers and stuff on her, the Frosty's just going to slow down some of those defenses. You can still use Unicorn, but that seems to be the more optimal play, is running it like that. So we just hit base number 9. Let's see if we can hit base number 10. I haven't even looked at it. We're just going to go full send, full yellow on this and hope for the best. We do need to make sure. Yeah, he's on air. Perfect. Okay, good. Looking fine. All right. Ooh. All right. Okay, I got ideas. I'm worried about a couple things here. All right, I'm gonna start with the spirit charge up top here, and we'll just kind of see. It feels like this is gonna be a baited spirit charge, though. Like they're expecting me to come in this area, or at least that's where I would expect it to come in from. Okay, she's taking a lot of damage. Go invis. Okay, nice. We get the invis off there. Okay, I gotta stay on top of it here. Spirit Fox, get over. Oh no, Spirit Fox is going down. That's not good, guys. That's not good. Okay, we're not getting the value we want here for sure. But let's go ahead and let's just try to clean up as much as possible. Dang it, this is not looking good.
All right, I'm just gonna let her get taken out at this point. Queen, do we go in behind? I feel like we want to go in this way here. So I'm gonna go ahead and shoot the queen's giant arrow like so. Okay, that wasn't 100% ideal, but that's okay. Let's poison these guys here. Let's make queen invisible. Let's go king right up here, and then let's just run in through here. Okay, that didn't work out either. Dang it, guys. Okay, this is not going well. This is what not to do. What not to do with clash bashing on today's episode. All right, well, I think we're still gonna be fine. I think we'll still be okay. Queen's working through there. Let's go ahead and let's rage clone through there. All right, and then let's see if we can get some yetis in working. Queen's still going strong. We can get a little bit of support here. Get a nice little power on through here. It could be okay still. I would love to have minion prints for sure, but obviously we don't have minion prints, so we got to kind of just make do with what we have. Let's try to bring in some support for the queen here. All right, of course she gets locked onto by the single instantly. Not ideal at all. All right, healer's actually tanking. Oh my goodness, hit the daggone single. All right, healers are tanking the single. Okay, this one's gonna be a hot mess, but that's okay, guys. We tried another hit up. We got too big for our britches. Honestly, I wanted to hit that last one with dragons. That's why I did this. It's not that far off though. If I spirit charge better, maybe if we have royal champion, if we have minion prince, maybe it helps out a little bit. But yeah, not our best attempt, but just some examples that you guys can use with the spirit charge. I'm actually gonna hop over to my main account and I want to show you guys the super yeti attack I've been playing around with. If you've seen the channel, like you've probably seen it, but let's go ahead and let's hop over here as this one fails out. All right, so here on my Town Hall 17, I've been using the Super Yeti Electro Titan Smash Royal Champion Spirit Charge attack. One thing I did change out though is I started bringing in the troop launcher just so I could have those free wall breakers in the middle of the base. I feel like it helps out helping, because sometimes these Super Yetis get stuck and then they end up on the outside of the base. So I kind of like that. But this is what I've been using in Legends. I'm still like trying to kind of figure it out, but I don't mind it. All right, so let's see. Going in here, we got that in there. I almost feel like we go with the RC charge kind of up top here, and then we kind of go right into this flank here. So that's my thought process on this one. Let's go ahead and let's go for it. Let's send it right into this mortar here. That should be fine. All right, and then let's go ahead and once that 7 ticks, just go ahead and work her through. Come on, Spirit Fox. Oh my goodness, I hate when Spirit Fox stays outside. Spirit Fox. Okay, nice. We're fine. We're fine. We're not panicking. Okay, let's go ahead and I just want to make sure she goes down, so I'm going to make all of this invisible. Oh my goodness, Spirit Fox just got melted. Spirit Fox does not want to cooperate. Like anytime I'm recording, any other time, it's all fine. It's all dandy with Spirit Fox. But anytime I'm recording, Spirit Fox is like, nah, bro. I'm actually just getting taken out. All right, so we're going to work through there. I'm going to go ahead and put Queen down here. I'm going to bring King in from up here. Let's go ahead and wall breaker there early. Okay, let's get this all going. Let's get the troop launcher in. Let's get these guys in. Let's get this in. Let's get the warden in. Let's just full send right up here. Let's go ahead and hit the queen ability there. And then let's wall breaker right here. Okay, nice. Working through there. I'm going to go ahead and put in the skeleton spell right there. We're going to drop in a rage. And we're going to push everything right up to the middle. Nice. Then we're going to bring in the royal champion back into the mix here. Poison. Oh, I think I missed the furnace there. We'll poison there. Let's go ahead and hit this. I'm going to hit royal champion's ability also, so she doesn't get too far ahead here. Okay, I'm actually going to go ahead and just hit King to open things up. All right, right in the middle of the base. Perfect. And then we'll drop the second rage right over here. Royal champion takes out Mono. Perfect. Queen gets taken out, but she did do a great job over there. All right, looking good. Let's go ahead and just put in some wizards there. All right, royal champion cooking. Those rocket spears. I like to pop her ability sooner rather than later, because sometimes she gets in like that situation where she just gets ahead and just gets taken out. But this is what I was kind of talking about with the Yetis, and this is what kind of drives me crazy with the Yetis, is sometimes they just want to pop outside. Like, they just find a way to the outside of the base, and that's kind of what happens. But that's why I like having that troop launcher, to try to keep them on the inside. But again, they're going right to the outside. So annoying, man. So annoying. But we still got a good shot at this one. We still got tons of super Yetis up. We still got the giant in there. Still got King. Still got all of the super Yetis and one of the Electro Titans in there, it looks like. So yeah, we're still looking fine. Just keeping everything up through the back end of this base, and time is going to be a little bit of an issue here, it looks like. Oh, come on, guys. Let's see if we can get through here. Giant getting that expo is going to be huge for us. If he can get that expo, it's going to be huge. Come on, Giant. You got this. You got this. All right, we got the super Valkyries dropping their rage in there. But they only get the King. All right, Giant is doing some work in here. Look at that Giant going crazy. All right, King's going to go ahead and try to get to that enemy king, which he's going to jump over the wall. Everyone's trying to get to that enemy king, and it's just causing some issues here. All right, we need the Electro Titan to kind of go in the middle. Oh, I think it's going to time. But this is the one thing I don't like about this attack is these Super Yetis, they just, for some reason, they always find their way to the outside of the base, and it is so annoying. And I don't know how many 98s, 99s I end up with, but it's an attack I've been playing with, trying to learn a little bit better, just to kind of mix it up. But that does happen a lot. But hopefully this video will give you guys some great ideas for one of the strongest, if not the strongest equipment in the game, the Electro Boots.